High on the Bolivian Altiplano, at an altitude of nearly 4,000 meters, lies a puzzle that has baffled engineers and historians for centuries: the ruins of Puma Punku. These massive blocks, known as the H-blocks, sit scattered across the dry earth, appearing more like prefabricated industrial components than the remnants of an ancient temple complex. The precision found here is staggering. Every corner and every surface seems to have been machined to a level that challenges our understanding of ancient human capabilities. When a steel square is placed against these corners, they are found to be perfectly vertical and horizontal, showing zero deviation across thousands of years of erosion. The surfaces are so flat and the joints so tight that even a single human hair cannot fit between them, suggesting a master-level grasp of geometry and physics. Since its discovery, Puma Punku has been a source of intense debate, forcing us to question whether our ancestors possessed technology far more advanced than recorded history. Modern laser scans reveal that these stones are not just carved, they're engineered with a mathematical precision that mirrors our own contemporary industrial manufacturing standards today. Diorite is one of the hardest stones on Earth, second only to diamond. Yet, at Puma Punku, it was handled as if it were soft, malleable clay. Who were the builders of this site, and what tools did they use to achieve such perfection? It is time to explore the most compelling scientific hypotheses. The first major theory suggests the use of advanced mechanical technology. To cut diorite with such ease, one would logically require tools harder than the stone itself. Observe these small, uniform drill holes. They are perfectly aligned and equal in depth, a feat that is nearly impossible to achieve using only handheld stone hammers. Under microscopic analysis, the grooves reveal tiny circular patterns. These marks are characteristic of high-speed rotary tools, much like the modern circular saws we use today. Imagine a civilization that possessed mechanical saws driven by unknown power sources, capable of slicing through mountains of volcanic rock with effortless and terrifyingly high precision. Such technology would have required cooling systems and incredible torque, implying a level of industrialization that simply does not fit into our current prehistoric timeline. When we compare the work at Puma Punku to modern CNC machining, the similarity is nearly 99%. The mathematical perfection is essentially identical across thousands of years. To create these inner corners, where three different planes meet at a single point, requires a tool that can maneuver within the stone without overcutting the edges. The stones were designed to lock together like a giant 3D puzzle, using dovetail joints that provided incredible stability against the earthquakes frequent in the Andes. The smoothness of these cuts is often compared to glass. It suggests that the material was removed quickly and cleanly, leaving no room for manual error or chipping. If such machines existed, where did they go? The lack of metallic debris or rusted parts in the archaeological record remains one of the greatest mysteries. Some suggest the tools were made of alloys we have yet to rediscover, or perhaps they were not made of metal at all, but of energy. Every H-block is a mirror image of the other, suggesting they were mass-produced from a single master design using a standardized industrial process of ancient origin. The mechanical hypothesis is strong because it explains the physical evidence of the cuts, yet it fails to explain the complete disappearance of the machines themselves. Could these holes have been for pins, or perhaps they served a function in a machine we cannot even begin to comprehend with our current scientific knowledge? But if they didn't cut the stone with machines, is it possible they didn't cut it at all? What if the stone was once a liquid? The second hypothesis is the geopolymer theory. It suggests that the builders didn't carve the blocks, but instead created a form of ancient high-tech concrete. Legends from the Andes speak of a mysterious plant extract that could soften stone, making it as pliable as clay, or even turning it into liquid. But if the Tiahuanaco people knew the chemistry to break down the molecular bonds of diorite, they could have shaped it into any form they desired without effort. This would explain the perfect uniformity of the blocks. Instead of carving each one, They simply poured a stone mixture into standardized molds and let it set. Geopolymer stone would look and feel like natural rock, but its chemical signature would reveal it was reconstituted from crushed minerals and a sophisticated organic binder. This process would allow for the creation of massive blocks right at the construction site, eliminating the need to transport heavy stones across miles of rugged terrain. Researchers have found microscopic air bubbles and organic fibers inside some of these stones, evidence that supports the theory they were once a liquid mixture. By molding the stone, the builders could achieve the incredible precision of the H-blocks without the risk of cracking the hard, brittle diorite during the carving process. This botanical knowledge, now lost to time, would have been the ultimate soft technology, turning the hardest materials on Earth into a workable, artistic medium. It is an elegant solution to the mystery. It bypasses the need for advanced machines while still explaining the unbelievable geometric consistency of the entire site. The liquid stone could have been used to bond blocks together so tightly that they became a single, seamless monolithic structure of incredible strength and durability. Yet, if this was the case, why did they stop? And why do we see evidence of tool marks on some stones but not on others? If neither machines nor chemicals are the full answer, we must look to a third, even more mysterious possibility: the power of sound itself. In a dark laboratory, fine sand is poured onto a metal plate. As sound frequencies are applied, the grains begin to dance into intricate geometric shapes. This is cymatics, the study of visible sound. It proves that sound frequencies can organize matter into complex, symmetrical, and beautiful geometric patterns with ease. Surprisingly, many of the patterns formed by these sound waves are identical to the motifs carved into the stones at Puma Punku and other ancient sites. Could ancient priests have used sound as a tool? This theory suggests that resonance was used to manipulate the very structure of the diorite stone. At the right frequency, a solid object can be made to vibrate so intensely that its atomic bonds begin to loosen, making it easy to cut. A focused beam of sound, or a standing wave, could act as a sonic saw, cutting through the hardest rock without generating heat or mechanical friction. Using resonance, the builders could have pulverized the stone at a molecular level, allowing them to carve with nothing more than a vibrating rod or crystal. Sound might have also been used for transportation. Acoustic levitation, using sound waves to lift heavy objects, is a phenomenon we are only now beginning to master. Imagine 1,000-ton blocks being moved with the power of song. It sounds like magic, yet the principles of physics allow for such a possibility under specific conditions. Diorite is a crystalline rock. Crystals are highly sensitive to vibration and can store and transmit energy, making them the perfect medium for sonic technology. The precision of the cuts could be explained by the mathematical purity of the sound waves. A perfect tone produces a perfect, unswerving line in the material. Some researchers believe the entire Puma Punku complex was designed as a giant resonator, a place where sound was used to shape reality itself. The connection between frequency and form is inescapable. When we look at these stones, we may be looking at frozen music, solidified through ancient knowledge. This lost science of vibration would leave no tools behind, but then only the results. The perfectly shaped stones that defy all other explanations we have. By hitting the resonant frequency of the rock, it could be split with the precision of a laser, leaving a surface as smooth as polished silk. We use ultrasonic cutting today in high-precision manufacturing. Is it so hard to believe our ancestors discovered this same fundamental law of the universe? But as the music stopped, the technology disappeared, leaving only these silent witnesses to a time when humanity spoke the language of the stars. The resonance theory is beautiful, but it requires us to accept a history that is entirely different from the one written in our current textbooks. If sound was the tool, then the builders were not just masons. They were masters of the very vibrations that hold our physical world together. To understand why these theories are necessary, Yet we must look at the tools archaeologists claim were used. Simple copper and stone hammers. Copper is far too soft to cut diorite. In a head-to-head battle, the stone wins every time, leaving the metal tool twisted, blunted, and completely useless. Even with harder stone tools, you cannot achieve the razor-sharp internal corners and perfect flatness found at Puma Punku. The physics simply do not allow it. Modern attempts to replicate these cuts using primitive methods have failed. The results are always messy, inaccurate, and take a lifetime to produce just one block. And yet, we see thousands of these blocks, each one as perfect as the last. This isn't the work of a few lucky strokes, it's the result of a system. In engineering, we call this zero tolerance. It means there is no margin for error. Primitive hand tools cannot achieve this level of repetitive high-volume accuracy. But we are faced with a historical paradox. A civilization that produced the results of future technology but left behind only the tools of a primitive past. Try to draw a perfectly straight line for 10 meters without a ruler. Now, try to cut that line into the hardest stone on Earth. It's impossible. The evidence at Puma Punku suggests a technological gap in our history. A period where humanity possessed knowledge that was suddenly and completely lost to time. If these builders didn't use copper, and they didn't leave their true tools behind, then they were operating on a level of reality we have yet to understand. The ruins of Puma Punku are not just stones. They are a message across time, challenging us to look beyond our current technological and historical limitations. As the sun sets over the Altiplano, the shadows of the H-blocks stretch out like long fingers, pointing toward a past we can only guess at. Puma Punku remains one of the most significant mysteries on our planet, a site that refuses to fit into the neat boxes of traditional archaeology. But whether it was machines, chemicals, or the power of sound, the people who built this place possessed a vision of the world that was truly extraordinary. They understood the material world in a way we are only beginning to rediscover. Their legacy is etched in the hardest stone, waiting for us to listen. Which hypothesis do you find most convincing? Was it mechanical might, chemical mastery, or the subtle power of frequency that shaped these stones? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your perspective might be the key to unlocking a piece of this ancient puzzle we have all missed. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the world's most enduring mysteries. The truth is still out there, waiting to be decoded. Until next time, keep questioning, keep searching, and keep exploring the hidden depths of our collective past here at the Ancient Vault.